Hi everybody, this is Matthias from Lights by Matthias, and I received these two lamps as a gift from a customer. However, the cords are a bit too long, so today I'll be shortening the cords and I'll be adding on a floor switch. So I'm going to teach you how to add on a floor switch to your lamps. So first things first, you'll want to make sure you have all your parts. We're going to need obviously the main body of the switch and the push button, which is going to go right here in the center. On top of that, you'll need the spring and the button to go on top of that, and you'll need your 4 screws to hold them all together. And since I'm shortening the cord, I'll need some heat shrink. Next thing you'll need to do is get your tools together, and for this you'll need possibly a flatheads or a Phillips, depending on the screw. For this, you can use either. Along with that, you need your wire cutters. So I want my switch to be fairly close to the lamp, probably within 2 foot distance I would recommend. What you're going to do is you're going to make sure your cord is unplugged first of all, and you're going to cut it at the desired location. From there, you're going to want to separate these 2 cords. For me, I just pull them apart with my hands. You can use your pliers or something to pull them apart if you'd like. Just pull them apart with my hands. You'll get your wire cutters. You'll find the hole that best matches. You'll see it'll cut it just a little bit, just enough to peel off that outer lining of your cord. Push it down, push it out. And you'll do that on both ends. Now I'm going to separate them a bit more so I can get my heat shrink on there. I'm going to take my heat shrink, I'm going to cut it in half. So you'll want your heat shrink on one side because you're only going to be connecting one set of wires. And it doesn't matter which one, just when you make this connection, make sure you either connect the rib to the rib or the smooth to the smooth so you avoid any problems. So I'm going to connect my negatives together, and I'm going to put them crisscross like this. I'm just going to twirl one side around the other. I'm going to do the same with the other side now. Just twirl it around, get it in there so it has a good connection, and then you'll slide your heat shrink over it. And I'm going to use a lighter for this, but you'll just heat up that heat shrink so that it shrinks down and covers that connection so you avoid any accidents, nothing exposed. It's nice and tight on there. So you can see the heat shrink tightened right up on that connection. Now what we'll want to do is we will twist these wires up tight. Our positives, in my case, cut them a little shorter. About that long, nothing too crazy. Cut this one a bit shorter. Now you'll take your push button switch, which has these holes in them, which you can see, has it on each side. It's important that you have either both positive wires going in here or both negatives, because it's going to cut that connection and then make that connection, turning your light on and off. So I'm going to place one in this side And then one in the opposite side. Should be nice and tight in there. Shouldn't be able to pull it out easy. Now we're going to put it inside the slot here. It's made for our switch. Just fits in perfect. And you want your wires to run through these designated slots for them. It could be either side, it doesn't matter which one you choose. And then you'll twist the wires around so that they run through the middle here, giving us a clean run right through the entry holes of the casing. So now we'll put our spring on top of our push button and the top button, our foot pedal, on top of that spring. And we'll cover it with the top and try to line up those screw holes so that you can put your screws right here in the bottom and tighten that switch up. Like I said, it might be a flathead, it might be a Phillips head. In this case, I'm going to use a Phillips head. I'm just going to tighten up those screws and get my switch locked down. Now your foot pedal switch should be good to go. Let's test it out. We're good to go. For more videos like this, subscribe to my YouTube, follow on Instagram, follow on TikTok, and I'll be posting a lot more lamp repairs and how to do them.